Today, I want to pivot into an adjacent category of games that I've recently discovered and currently attempting to become a part of my local community in: board games. Howdy Hello, and welcome to AlphaPhenomenon Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Phat Love, and I'll be taking you on a journey through gaming with reviews, news, and commentary. So I've always known about board games, but as an adult, I've really limited my time around them. Sure, everybody knows about Uno and Monopoly. Heck, I even play a chess app on the daily with my brother. But my experience with board games really ended with my memories of playing the board game Sorry with my grandma when I was in my adolescence. I would always play as the green icon, and she always called me a slime when I did something that would sabotage other players. Those are core memories in my life. Now, I'm not sure why, but it felt as though I unintentionally aged out of board games, when in reality, there were so many games I missed in my adult years. I'm just now discovering that there are dozens of games waiting to be found, and a community of potential friends waiting to play them with me. Now, let me set the scene for where my story begins. It was a crisp April afternoon, and winter was still fighting to stick around well into spring. The wind blew at strong gusts, pushing the leaves around outside on the flat streets of my Kansas neighborhood. The sun was setting, and I was gazing out from a window as my brother spoke to me through my headset. I could hear my nephew in the background laughing as I was watching a car drive by. I pulled into the present when I heard my brother asking me a question. "You need to check out this new game I found on PlayStation called Wingspan." "Yeah? What's it about?" I replied, always interested in a new fun game to play with my brother since his departure from the annual COD franchise this year. "It's an engine-building game about bird collecting." "A bird game?" I almost scoffed. "What kind of bird game is this?" He went on to explain a very basic elevator pitch description for a game, and because it wasn't too expensive, I took the bait and bought it. We didn't end up playing it for another few weeks as our schedules got busy, and when we did play games, I was excited to play Power Wash Simulator 2 or Sniper Elite Resistance, which we both had recently bought on a deep sale. One afternoon, though, I decided to give Wingspan an honest chance. I booted it up alone and went to the tutorials section. I saw 13 tutorial chapters and thought to myself, oh my god, how complicated is this game? To my surprise, not very complicated. I played through the tutorials, and after playing them, I closed the game. I was confused and couldn't quite make sense of what I had just learned. It took another week before my brother could finally sit down and play with me again. Per my request, I wanted to understand and asked my brother to play the game he kept raving about, so we booted up Wingspan. That play session changed everything. Knowing the basics from my time with the tutorials, I shared my screen via our PlayStation party chat, and he helped me go through each round to really learn the mechanics. After the first game, I attempted a second game, then a third. Before I knew it, we had lost several hours immersing ourselves in the forests, grass, and wetlands with the chirps of birds in our ears. I had turned a corner and was starting to find the fun in Wingspan. The rest, as they say, is history. The fact that my brother took the time to help me understand the rules and mechanics was the stark difference between accepting the cost for the game as a loss and getting hours of enjoyment. It also helps that my brother and I have a long-standing relationship where we'll give a new game a try if the other recommends it and it fits our niche. In the following weeks since I've learned Wingspan, I've attempted to play daily, and I've even visited some local board game stores and bought a few additional games from my collection. I've discovered that the world of board games has expanded since my youth, and it's exciting to find new games. I'm even planning a visit to a board game night at a local store where they are teaching new players how to play Riichi Mahjong. As a fan of the Chinese matching Mahjong, I've always wanted to learn Riichi, and now I can finally say I've done that. editing Zachary here in the studio, telling you guys I did in fact go to this Riichi Mahjong open play night and met some great guys. They taught me the basics. The core gameplay for Riichi Mahjong was very, very fun, and they're doing it every other week, and I think I might start being a part of this group because it's a lot of great guys, and it's a really fun time. 2 hours, once a couple weeks, perfect amount of time. I love that. This community is beautiful, and I think maybe I found something fun. All this to say, video games are amazing, like truly extraordinary. But extending my interests to something more tactile and social is a change I'm all for. Now, don't get me wrong, you'll still see me posting TikTok gaming clips, but you might catch me at the local board game store making new friends too, learning new board games. To close this out, I want to talk about a few of the games I own and games that I want to own after exploring this new hobby. Let's start with the games I own, and please leave me a comment if you want me to make a separate standalone video for my YouTube channel or even for my TikTok account, showing off some of the games I currently own or games that I want to own, because I would love to be kind of in a bigger community of this area. All right, Uno, the classic, Skibbo, classic, Monikers, a pretty fun game I found on Amazon a while back, Hive Mind, which is very, very fun if you haven't played it. Chess, which is a classic. I played it, like I said earlier, daily with my brother. And then my favorite game I've owned for the long haul, Ligretto. Very, very fun. My sister-in-law got me into this one. My wife and I play it almost every board game night with our family. It's so much fun. If you haven't played Ligretto, please check it out. I also just bought, this past month, 3 new games that I'm discovering in this new hobby, and I've only played one of them, which I'll start with, Word Thief. It is very fun once you understand the rules, and anybody who is interested should check it out. I love word games. They're my favorite. They're fun. They're exciting. They're engaging, and they make you think. And I like games that really make you think about what you're going to do with your next move, your next step. I don't want a game that just drones on. So Word Thief is very fun. Now, the next one I bought was called Flip 7, which apparently is a newer game, but is very popular. Again, I didn't know it was popular because I haven't been in this world for some time now. And I'm very excited to try that one out. And lastly, I bought a board game. Yes, an actual board game. The last 2 are card games. This last one is called Lucidity. It has an interesting premise that I cannot wait to check out. Basically, you're in a nightmare, and you're trying to escape the nightmare without getting eaten by those said nightmares. Now, if you play as 2 players, when you get eaten by a nightmare, the game is over. If you play with 3 or 4, when you get eaten by a nightmare, you become the nightmare, and then you can harass your friends. That's right, the game changes based on the number of players. That's a cool premise. I can't wait to check this one out, and I'm hoping to do it soon. Okay, now let's talk about the games that I want to own but do not own. I'm going to rush through this list because I could definitely add 20 minutes to this episode if I talk about each one, hence why I asked if you wanted to see standalone TikToks or a YouTube video. Let me know in the comments below. Catan, which has been around for some time and I just never managed to play it. The Quilts and Cats of Calico, fantastic. I can't wait to check that one out. Spirit Island, very interesting premise. Want to check that one out. Ticket to Ride. Carcassonne. I hope I said that right. Flamecraft. Flamecraft Duels. Got 5. Bohemians, which sounds super engaging and fun. And then, of course, Villainous, which I think is a cool twist, and I don't know much about the game other than the fact that it's Disney. I'm very excited to try these out. Now, that's just to name a few games, by the way, that I found over the last month of discovering this world, this new hobby, and I can't imagine how much more that list could grow over the next year, or just like the remainder of this current year, 2026. My God, the possibilities if I found just those games in this short amount of time. Now, guys, with that, I want to continue this episode in the comments section. Yes, that's right. Please leave me a comment if you're a first-time listener, if you've listened to the podcast since its infancy. One, I really appreciate you being an OG. If you've listened to me since Phat Love Talk, before this podcast was even a thing, I was talking about gaming over there. Like, wow, you really are an OG at that point. Please, if you're anybody at all, you're somebody to me. Please leave me a comment telling me your favorite board game, your favorite card game, and reply to me on all platforms, but I will specifically reply on Spotify, and I'm going to do a cross-upload on YouTube. If you own any of the games I have or want to own, please tell me about your experiences. Share a story with me. Craft it in as many words as you want. Make a book for me in the comment section that I have to read. Lots of sentences, lots of paragraphs. I will do it, and I will respond to the best of my ability. I would love to have a dialogue and find some like-minded folks, especially in this world that I'm just now discovering. It's so exciting to me. And I want to find folks who enjoy tactile experiences. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these board games, I have found some of them on PlayStation, hence why I mentioned Wingspan earlier. I own it on PlayStation, and I'm trying to play it daily if I can. It's very fun. And I don't own that physically, but the PlayStation lets me play that game, and it's awesome. And if you're playing board games on console or PC, let me know, because I know some games are only available on PC, and the reason why this podcast is out so late from my last one is really because I've had some computer issues that have, kept me paralyzed from posting a new episode on the pod. So I really appreciate you guys sticking it out, supporting me, and maybe when you post a comment down there, I'll find my next favorite game. Until next time, guys, this is Alpha, and I'm out. Have a great afternoon, great day, great week. You deserve it. That's all I've got to say. If you played it, let me know what you thought. Hit me up on YouTube or leave a comment on Spotify. Thanks for listening. I'm Phat Love, and this has been AlphaPhenomenon Gaming Podcast. Peace.